back with my summer series where we talk about all things real estate, and today I'm with Weston at First Bank, another mortgage lender partner that I try to work with. We're going to do some deals together, aren't we?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we got to the end of the year, and who better to talk to today about the market and what's going on from a lender's perspective. We got a lot of clients that are not sure about the market, whether they are buying or selling. They're waiting for that rate to drop, and then sellers are locked into their lower rates that they purchased in 2000. So what do you think about the market and what's going on right now?
I think kind of like you kind of hit it on with the seller's perspective, it's still one of those things where if you need to sell or want to sell, you will sell. I think you can attest to that we're seeing more inventory, stuff staying on the market longer than that, and with homes staying on the market longer, that gives buyers typically more leverage to ask for seller concessions, a lower price, for repairs and things like that. And then that coupled with recently lower rates, we're getting close into the 6.25, 6.375 range right now.
Oh, that's good.
So all those are good things that are going to be advantages for the buyer.
Okay. And what should sellers and buyers understand about the rates right now and how it's affected offers? I know you touched on a little bit with inventory being up, still being a buyer's market, that buyers are able to ask sellers for concessions. Even new construction builders are wanting to move their inventory and offering concessions, but from a lender perspective, what do you think?
Yeah, I think even as we've seen rates come lower to where they are right now from the highs that they were last year, rates and affordability is still a really important issue with buyers. Especially, you mentioned new construction. There's always a lot of seller incentives or builder incentives that a lot of times are utilized to bring the rate down. And so, we've seen a lot of the temporary buy downs, permanent buy downs. That's when basically the seller is contributing concessions to either buy the rate down permanently or buy it down for the first year or the first 2 years of the mortgage.
So at the rate right now for that 2-1 rate buy down, so if the rate right now you said today is 6.25.
So if it was 6.25, then if you did a 2-1 buy down, your first year that your rate would actually be 4.25. And then
so it's down 2 points.
The second year would go into 5.25, and then there's also a 1.0 buy down where it just does the first year. So you're that way with your mortgage rate would just be lower for the first year, and if it's at 6.25 today, then it would be 5.25 for your first year.
All right, and then by that time, that third year when you go back, you will go back to the original rate, or that's a good opportunity to refinance if the rate is better than the original.
If you refinance before that full credit's been utilized, then any of that unutilized credit actually gets paid toward your principal. So
anything left goes back to your principal. I love that. What other strategies can we offer to buyers?
I always, I think it's always good to just make sure you know what your options are. Get a few quotes from a few different lenders.
Exactly.
There may be, if you're a first-time home buyer, there may be incentives to have that rate even lower. There may be incentives for free money out there. So just making sure that you're getting the best deal and making sure you know what all your options are.
Now, if we had a crystal ball and we shook it, do you think, Weston, that the rates will fall below 6%?
It's very possible to get right at that 6 range by the end of the year. I'm not an economist or
I know we're not.
or a fortune teller.
This is just looking at trends and what we think may or may not happen, and just all the buzz.
Yeah, I think with the economic data and what I always tell people, I like to listen to people a lot smarter than myself when it comes to digesting economic data and things like that. With jobs data that came out today, and just the labor market and just economic data that's coming out, it leads you to believe that it still would follow suit with kind of the trend that we've been seeing recently.
People think the market's going to crash.
Yeah, a lot of inventory and a lot of deals out there that are for the buyers. And then going back to kind of the predictions, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, or Fannie Mae at the beginning of the year actually predicted for rates to be at 6 by the end of the year. So it looks like we're getting pretty close to that.
A lot of people think the market's going to crash.
Yeah, a lot of inventory and a lot of.
If you are curious about the market, if you are thinking about buying or selling a home, you know who to contact. Yolanda Cox-Bey with Compass, and we'll partner a good deal with Weston. He is with who?
First Bank.
First Bank, and we're here downtown, as you can see. So thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you like and subscribe my Moving You Home YouTube channel, and let us move you home.